Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing my July book haul, and before I get started I just wanted to say in my defense, I haven't bought books in ages, okay, not properly, and this month I had money and so I bought some books and then I received some books, and basically this book haul is kind of out of control. It's my July out of control book haul because I really don't know how these books just happened. I really don't know how they all came to be, but they are here and I have a huge pile of books to show you guys, so I'm just gonna get into it. So when I realized I had money, the first thing I did, because I haven't done this in a while, is I went op shopping and I spent like $20 on books. So let's get into them. The first book I found was Christmas Magic by Kathy Kelly. I'm really not too sure what this book is about, but the cover really intrigued me and it said Christmas on the cover, and I think it'll be just a really fun Christmassy read. I'm assuming it's like an adult romance, generally these sort of books are, but yeah, I'm excited to read it around Christmas time and I wanted it and so I got it. The next book I found was The Bride's Kimono by Sucha Masi. I completely butchered everything I just said then, so please forgive me for that. I think it's like a suspense novel, but I'm really not too sure what it's fully about, but the title really got to me. Apparently this woman's kimono gets stolen and then her passport mysteriously shows up in a dumpster in a shopping mall of the dead body of a lady, and she has to solve this murder or something. I'm really not too sure, but it sounded really interesting and I just thought I would pick it up and see. After that I got Would I Lie to You by Claire Dolling. I think it's about some friendships and about a woman whose life is gonna turned upside down and then her trying to deal with that. I'm really not too sure, but again the cover just looked really interesting and I wanted it, so I got it. Basically these op shop were kind of title buys, and then I thought if I like them, and if I don't, I only spent $3 on them. And of course there's someone outside making a racket and that's like really rude. Look at him. He's talking to nobody. He's outside talking to nobody. Weirdo. I mean, I'm talking to a camera, but still. You're there. I see you. Not really, but you are there. Please say you're there. Anyway, I got Reluctantly Charmed by Ellie O'Neill. Apparently it's about a woman who one day on her birthday receives a letter saying that she's inherited a fortune of a 130-year-old aunt or something. And sorry about my Skype message. A friend just rudely messaged me just then. Apparently we're having all the interruptions in the world today, but I'm just gonna keep going on with it. But in order to get this inheritance, apparently she has to publish a series of letters or something like that. I'm really not too sure more than that, but it sounds interesting and I'm excited to read it. Again, the cover, it just looked pretty, okay? After that I picked up Dog Boy by Victor Kelly. I actually read a book, I believe, that was called Dog Boy, and so I thought it was that book because I believe I borrowed it from the library and I really enjoyed it, but when I got it home I realized it was a different story called Dog Boy. Though it kind of seems to follow the same path. It's about a boy and he grows up with dogs, and then anyone who crosses him sees him as like this wild person. I'm really not too sure. I'll be interested to see what I think of it, but I'm a little bit disappointed because it's not the book that I thought it was, but that's okay. Hopefully this one will be good too. Then I have One Day by David Nicholson. I actually never heard of this one, but apparently it's an international bestseller, so that kind of caught my attention. And I think it's about these two people who meet once every year on this one particular day. I'm not really too sure more than that, but I am interested in reading it. And yeah, so that was my op shopping buy, and then a friend sent me some books because he went to the Lifeline Book Fest in Queensland. So he sent me Love is a Many-Trousered Thing by Louise Redison. This is from the Georgia Nicholson series, and this is the only book I was missing in that series. This is a really fun series from my childhood and I really wanted this book so I could complete the series, and so now I have it, and I'm probably going to reread the series again soon now that I have it. But yeah, it's just yay, I'm so excited I've got it. The next book he got me was The Princess Diaries Sixational. Again, this was a book series from my childhood and I was only missing the 6 books in the series, so he managed to find it for me. And again, I'm probably going to reread this series and see what I think of it. I know that a couple of booktubers have been rereading this series and really enjoying it, so I hope I'll be the same. And the last book, surprise, 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 is another book that I have been missing from the series. It was the last one I was missing, and it is The Hostile Hospital by, oh my gosh, I forgot who it was by for a second, Lemony Snicket, obviously. It's number 8 in the series of Unfortunate Events. And yeah, again, this is a book that I was just missing from the series, so now I have it. I'm probably going to reread the series. I have a lot of series to reread from my childhood apparently, but I'm gonna do it. And then I have some books that I got sent for review. The first book is With Malice by Eileen Cook. I got sent this book from Alan and Unwin, so thank you very much, Alan and Unwin. It's about this girl who wakes up in a hospital trip and she finds out she was involved in a fatal accident and she's being blamed for this accident, I believe. And she can't remember anything, and apparently it's really intriguing and interesting and you're always on the edge of your seat, so I'm excited to read this one. After that I got sent The Memory Book by Lara Avery. I got this sent from Hatchet Australia, so thank you very much, Hatchet. Hatchet Australia, and it's about this girl named Samantha who has got her whole life planned out. She's got it all figured out. But then she discovers that she's got this rare disease that it's going to take away her memory, and suddenly her life kind of comes crashing down and all her hopes and dreams for the future just suddenly start to crumble. So she decides to write all her memories down and start a summer of firsts, her first party, her first rebellion, things like that. I'm really excited to read it, but it sounds really sad too, and I'm hoping I'll really enjoy it. And then there was a BookTuber from Book Depository, kind of 10% off sale, so I bought a few books from there. So the first book I got was Vicious by B.E. Schwab. I can't say her name because I've heard so many good things about this book that I thought, right, it's time, I'm gonna buy it. I really don't know much about this book and I kind of want to go into it blind, but I think it follows evil people, not the heroes, but I don't know, don't quote me, I really don't know, but I'm gonna kind of go into it blind and see what I think. And then I bought Attachments by Rainbow Rowell. I think this is the only book I was missing by her, apart from Kindred Spirits, which if anyone knows where I can get myself a copy, please let me know because I really want myself a copy. But yeah, I was missing this book and I'm really excited to read this one. It's one of her adult novels and it's about this guy, I believe, who works in this office and his job is to like monitor emails and everything, and he finds these two people that are emailing back and forth, and I believe like he reads the emails and falls in love with one of the person that is sending the emails. I'm not too sure. It sounds kind of stalkerish, but I'm sure Rainbow Rowell will do it in a way that it's not. I'm sure I'll fall in love with it and love it. And then the last book that I got from that sale was Winter by Marissa Meyer. This is the last book in the Lunar Chronicles, and holy gosh, I gasped when I got this package because I did not expect it to be this big. This is a very big book. I haven't even read Cress yet, so I'm probably just gonna actually start the series again and just do a marathon of it, but it might be a while because I think I'm gonna have to work up the courage to get to this massive chunk of a book. Yes, we're still going, there are still more books. I know, I told you, this is overwhelming. Next, I got A Boy Made of Blocks by Keith Stewart, sent for me from review from Hatchet Australia, so thank you very much, Hatchet Australia. This book, I believe, is about a family, and specifically, I believe it follows Alex, who loves his wife, but he doesn't know how to show it, and loves his son, but he doesn't really understand his son because his son, named Sam, is autistic. But then Sam starts to play the game Minecraft, and I think the game somehow brings the family back together again. I'm really not too sure, but it sounded really interesting. My brother is autistic, so I thought it would be a really interesting read. I really love books that deal with the subject well, so I'm really excited to read this one. Apparently this book is available in August 2016, but it doesn't give me a date, but it should be out sometime this month. And then I was so excited to receive for review because I requested it, Nevernight by Jay Kristoff. Oh my gosh, yes. Thank you very much, HarperCollins, for sending this my way. I still haven't read it yet, but I plan to, and I'm really not too sure what it's about. I know it deals with a lot of stabbing. That's what I see mainly about this book. I think it's about this girl named Mia who, when she is 10, apparently she gets her first lesson in death, and then later she takes a step towards keeping the promise she made on the day that she lost everything, and I think she wants revenge and she has to become a weapon or something like that. I'm really not too sure, but apparently it is amazing and I'm super excited. And even though I got this book early, I still went to the launch party because Jay Kristoff was there, and I got the book signed, and it says, "For Becca, never forget," and then he's got his signature there. And I also got these 2 bookmarks at the event too, so that's awesome. It was a really fun night. I had a lot of fancy food and it was great, though the fancy food was kind of a little bit horrible. It was that really pretentious fancy food, and so I was like, where's the chocolate, where's the junk food? That's the food I'm about. But there was this really nice cake which was amazing, so that was nice. There was also some nice salami there too, but it was a lot of like really fancy food, which is not something that I'm fully into, but it was still free food, so I'm not complaining, and also free champagne and drinks, so that was nice. But yeah, it was a really fun night and I'm super excited to read this one because I just have so high hopes for it. I've heard such amazing things and I'm sure it will be glorious and fantastic. The next book I received is this, and it is by Clamp, and it is a Cardcaptor Sakura 20th anniversary illustration collection. So my friend Daisy actually bought this for herself, but she realized pretty much straight after that it was actually just illustrations that she already owned, just in a different format, and so she decided to give it to me because she knew how much I loved it. And guys, this book is everything to me. I mean, first off, can we appreciate the cover? I think I'm gonna find somewhere to display it like this because this is just everything. But you pull it out of this little clear box and you go through it, and it's just got these glorious illustrations, and it gives me life. It really does. But yeah, this beautiful like box and like the display of it is just gorgeous. It's my life and my everything at the minute, and I need to find somewhere to display this. Finally, we've come to the last book that I have here, and that is of course Harry Potter and the Cursed Child by J.K. Rowling. I went out on the 31st and bought this book, and I've read it, and I have a lot of feelings, some good, some not so good, but I will have a review coming out shortly of it if it's not out already. Check my channel, it'll be out soon, but it will contain spoilers, so I would recommend reading the book first before you watch it. But I have it here. If you don't know, this is based on Harry Potter the Cursed Child, the play. This is the script of it, which is apparently the 8th story of Harry Potter 19 years later. I can't really get into more than that because I don't want to spoil anything for people who haven't read the Harry Potter series, but if you haven't read the Harry Potter series, please go and read it. But yeah, I'll be talking about my thoughts and feelings on this book in my review, so check that out when it's out. And finally, we are done. I have gone through all the books I have acquired in the month of July, and it's crazy. I really don't know how this happened. They all piled up, and I really didn't mean to get this many books, guys. I promise I didn't, but I did, and now they're here, and I kind of have no room for them, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. But first, I guess let me pick them up. How am I meant to do this? See, the good thing about buying so many books is that oh, they fell on my knee. Oh my god. Oh, I think that's actually gonna bruise. That is actually painful. Oh, normally when they fall, they don't fall on me. I think I'm gonna bruise there. I would not recommend doing that. I'm gonna kind of balance them on my knee. I'm not going to pick them up like that again because they're unstable and I'm not hurting myself again. I like lift my knee up like this. Even still, this is hard. We haven't had a book fall in ages, and then that happens, and that is definitely gonna bruise. Like, I'm feeling this area, guys, and it is very sore to touch. So send your thoughts to me because I'm gonna have a bruised knee now because first world problems, am I right? Anyway, this is all the books that I got in the month of July. Don't ask me how it happened. I don't know. They all piled up and it happened, and I'm overwhelmed by all these books. Looking at them now all together, I'm disappointed in myself, but also happy with myself and disappointed with myself. And how am I gonna read all these books? Someone save me, please. Save me. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite book is that I hold, and like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you'd like to see more book related videos from me, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.